Yeah, hello. Hi, everybody. How you all doing today? It's Sunday afternoon, so I'm just dropping this by you real fast like a little bunny. You know how we do things. I've been dropping this by you now for a few months. And so right on some stuff here that I want to say. Yes, it is a Sunday. A beautiful sunny Sunday. What I would call a Nancy Guthrie Sunday. You know I'm talking about, Nancy Guthrie. Yes. It's a Sunday when I wish that I could bought a cone strawberry ice cream, which is my favorite. Yes, this is my favorite ice cream. And I don't know her, but I know that she would love a strawberry ice cream too. Yeah. No, I'm not being silly. But I would like to ask you a question. How do you cope with grief? Many people cope with grief in many different ways. Some take it as daily things. They gotta live with it. For how long? For the rest of their life, I guess. Some don't know what to do. They pray. They keep their faith. But it's hard. Yes, so how do you cope with grief? It is a tough question to answer, isn't it? It really is a tough question to answer. How do you cope with grief? I remember my mom, when my mom disappeared, it was grief enough, but it wasn't grief that she passed away. It was just that she wasn't around. She wasn't sitting in her favorite chair. She wasn't watching her favorite television program. She wasn't cooking. She wasn't doing all the things that she normally do. So it wasn't grief then, but it was grief when she passed away, because I missed her doing those kind of things. I missed her laugh, the way she laughed and the way she giggled and the way she do things that, and when she get upset, you know that she's upset or she's happy. Yeah. So how do you cope with grief? It is a tough question to answer. You do. So can you imagine, do you think Savannah Guthrie and family, how do you think Savannah Guthrie and family is coping with grief since the abduction of her mother, or some 3 months plus now? You can know that I would think she's going through the same things that she normally do. But then again, at the back of her mind or head, she's thinking, like I just described, not having mom around to see her do the things that she do. The way she sit, the way she laugh, the way her favorite television program and everything like that. So I guess Savannah Guthrie's coping with that. It's a grief. It's a grief I think she haven't fully overcome yet, because she's still having faith, still hoping, that somewhere along the line her mother will show up one day. But it's a long time now. And I think she have come to the conclusion already that her mom are in heaven. Yeah. In life we seek answer to the things that grieved us. And for instance, do you remember a few years ago the disappearance of the Malaysia flight MH370 with 237 people, including crew aboard? You remember that? That flight disappeared. I prefer, personally myself, I prefer to, I refer to this, to the flight disappearance. I refer to this like the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. And despite the Tucson extensive searching for her, none of her clothing, not a string of her hair, a strand of her hair, like the Malaysia flight MH370 flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing on March the 8th, 2014. No wreckage has been found. So how do you cope with grief? You know, grieving, the agony, everything like that. Those 300 plus family from that era, disappearance of that Kuala Lumpur flight, Malaysian Air flight that were heading to Beijing. None of those family until this day in 2026 have any idea or clue of where their family, husband, sons, friends, cousins, uncles, entire people just disappear because this flight have disappeared in the ocean somewhere, Indian Ocean. So I'm just thinking of how those family, for all these years, have been coping with the grief of not being able to see their friends and their family. Just like now, Savannah Guthrie and her friends and her brothers and her sister have not seen or heard anything about her mother for over 3 months now. No, not a clue. Not one single strand of her hair been found. Not a piece of clothes of a piece of her clothing have been found. No clue as to where she's at. And I'm just asking the question, how do you cope with grief? How do you cope with grief? You remember 9/11 when the terrorist planes struck the New York City trade centers, killing over 3,000 people plus? Can you imagine? And that's what I'm saying, grief. How do you cope with grief? Do you remember few months, well, over 2 years now, when Hamas a Palestinian militant group rain rockets down on Israel, October the 7th, 2022, subsequently causing Israel to take revenge by hitting the Gaza Strip, killing thousands and thousands of children, young people. But how do you cope with grief? Because those people in October the 7th in Israel, their parents, their friends, they were there beside them a day or two, next minute they're not there anymore. Do you remember, and still going, the invasion war in Ukraine, where the Russian invasion, the President Putin has launched an invasion on the innocent people in Ukraine, killing all those, and it's still ongoing, killing all those innocent people. So the question still remains, how do the people who survived and their family died, how do they cope with grief? You remember the current situation we have now in 2026, where there's a war between the United States and Iran, which is still ongoing. All those innocent people dying by bombs and everything, rockets and everything. So the question is, how do these innocent people who survive, how do they cope with grief? It's a very difficult question, because you have to live with it. You have your mom, you have someone very close to you that was alive a few minutes ago, and next minute they're not there no more. Yeah. So yes, it's a beautiful Sunday. Sunny Sunday. And I said I call this Sundays, I call all Sundays, because I think she's a church person who loves going to church, you know. I call it a Nancy Guthrie Sunday until she's found. Yes, a beautiful sunny Sunday, and I wish that I could bought her a cone strawberry ice cream, which is my favorite ice cream. Yeah. So I'm just saying, today is Sunday, and it's beautiful May. It's the second month. I mean, the second day in May 2026, and it's a Sunday. And still we have no word of Nancy Guthrie, where she's at, where the kidnappers have taken her, and whatever they have done to her, or whatever, you know. So, as I've said, I've been doing these videos now ever since Savannah reported on February the 1st that her mother had been abducted. And I'm just feeling the pain for the poor woman that's, you know, enjoying life, her life, coming home, going home, and coming home to her pets, and just sitting down on a sofa, a relaxing chair or something, you know. speaking to her children, and now she been abducted. So ever since then, I've been doing these short videos, you know, because remember, like I told you before, we here in America, we get excited, ready to help, and quickly ready to help everyone. We have the greatest empathy in every way we can show it. Even the president do too. But it never lasts long. The excitement died. It faded. People getting on with their own life and their own problems. They're going around about their daily life, business and everything. But it's not the problem. The grieving, the agony, everything has not cleared up, because the people it's affected the most are still feeling it, even when they're going about their daily life, business, doing what they had to do to survive and be happy in some way or another. It's not over. So even though many of us will forget it, we forget all about the people that we a few months, a few weeks ago was giving flowers and writing a lot of condolence notes and grieving notes and everything, sympathetic notes and everything. They're gone, but you are left with it. Your grief is not gone. It is with you 24/7. And my question is, how do you cope with grief? So yes, people, that's all. I'm just dropping this video again to let you know that I'm looking forward to the day when I can do a short video and say, yeah, guess what happened? Nancy Guthrie, they recovered Nancy Guthrie from wherever those kidnappers had her stuffed away somewhere. That's my main hope. But when will that happen? It haven't happened from February 1st till now, March the 3rd. May the 3rd. It not happened. There's nothing I can say that say, yeah, she's home and everything like that. There's no closure. Savannah Guthrie and her sister and brother and the family and pets have no closure. There's no joy. There's no joy of saying, your mom is home now. We can rest. We can rest. And even though it still remained in her heart and mind, she's home. But no, we can't say that, because she's not home. We don't know. No one knows where she's at. And that's the hurtful part about it. So I'm just dropping this video by you folks who like to, read my X post to let you know that the search still continuing for Nancy Guthrie and this beautiful Sunday, this May Sunday. And to let you know that we're still thinking of her, wanting to know when she'll be home, for us all to say, bring closer to the whole, this whole craziness that happened. So may God bless you all and be with you. Keep hope alive. God bless you. Bye.